Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Hey, Ron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm kind of laughing because I just did a 17-minute video on the patch notes and realized the screen was frozen, so you guys couldn't see what I was talking about in the patch notes. So we're going to do this quote-unquote live reaction once again. And if you guys had followed me on stream there, we were actually out kind of camping in my bushes waiting for the mail thief who has been putting stuff in my mailbox and stealing a few of my packages. So if you see a little bit of face paint on me, I am not trying to get canceled. Yeah, we were just out there acting a fool. I probably looked pretty stupid if anybody saw me doing that. But alas, without further ado, let's move my giant head here and get into the fake live reaction. Just like a lot of your guys' wives and girlfriends, we're going to fake we're gonna fake it. So without further ado, the holiday update, a glimpse into the future. Make sure to type in this code here. Captains, are you feeling the festive cheer yet? We sure are. Here's a little, and by that we mean, have you opened your wallets yet? We sure are feeling your wallets because you guys are getting ready to wail. So here's a little present for you. Type in this code, get these things. I'm going to go over this a little bit faster because I'm honestly just super frustrated at myself or my software for, once again, just freezing this screen here and me not getting into it. But anyway, the too long didn't read version here. Let's take a quick look at what's new in this update. A New Year's gift from us, campaign featuring legendary tier cruiser defense. Nice, another legendary tier ship. It's the campaign, and as I mentioned in the first take of this, I'm not super excited that newer players potentially get access to a legendary tier ship, but honestly, they'll blow up pretty easy. This ship has a rather large citadel, so it'll be fun if you're on the enemy team of those. But you know, I'm excited. I'm just glad we're getting legendary tier ships into the game. It's taking too damn long. But anyway, Cyber Holidays, new futuristic ships and Commander Guises, new calendar featuring Cyberpunk Commander Guise as the main reward. Winter Fleet, more reskins, and as I had mentioned on stream and in the first take of this, they're just reskinning everything. We're gonna have a black BWALB 17 anytime, and I don't necessarily mind it for potentially some of the rare ships, you know, that maybe haven't returned, but I feel like it's just too much at this point. We've got the Elephant, the Pirate, the Blazing Dread. It's like we've got a reskin of every other ship in the game. But alas, anyway, moving on. Winter Fleet, Shipbuilding Collection, Ranked and Brawl Seasons, Arctic Legends event featuring famous World War II ships in a special mission, balancing changes and various improvements. So take your New Year's gift. We've prepared a special gift for you. It's time to unwrap it. Visit the store from December 16th through January 27th to claim the New Year's present free bundle. Inside you'll find lots of stuff, including special crates, Spectral Vault 1.0 and 2.0 with high chances of dropping a premium ship, and CyberSense. And I predicted this in my first video. I said this is going to be the event currency which you can use to purchase the Dollaria there, and well, I was right. So yeah, so new content. It's always making sure you can spend. But anyway, you'll unlock the Happy Shipmas mission, which will bring you even more gifts, including version 1.0 and 2.0 crates. So the best form of offense is the defense. And this is, of course, the wrong spelling from the British. So you guys get with the times. We won that first... we won that war, so no, I'm just kidding. But let's go ahead and hop on over to the World of Warships PC wiki here. The Defense, a British special tier 10 premium cruiser, a hypothetical development of big cruiser designs created by the British shipbuilders in the late 1930s, with the main battery gun caliber increased to 356. I believe that's King George size. I think 14-inch there, I believe. The ship was conceived as a response to the strengthening of the Japanese Navy. Her main purpose was to counter enemy heavy cruisers. Defense was first released, blah, blah, blah. 356 with a 3x2 turret configuration. You probably have to show a little side or a little angle in order to get that one on. But only 6 guns, but they are 356 with an 18-second reload, and they have a pretty nasty fire chance. 41% base, coupled with our cruiser commanders, can probably get pretty nasty there. Let me sip some water from my Taylor Swift cup here. So, your AP also has improved AP pen angles, 60,000 HP, 10-kilometer torpedoes with a 67 knot speed there. Secondaries are 7.3, which is I think PC's base range. I don't think you get extra range on Legends. But anyway, Defense is a British Tier 10 special large cruiser with battleship caliber guns. Her unique characteristics include cruiser dispersion, improved AP pen angles on par with Tier 10 cruiser Des Moines, short burst smoke generator, and hard hitting torpedoes with very good forward angles. Pros, good health pool, 40mm deck, HE shells. With great pen, high alpha, and high fire chance, AP shells that overmatch 19, which is like 2 or 3 cruisers, Brisbane and Mino, maybe. Improved AP pen angles, forward-facing torpedoes with high alpha damage, access to short burst, smoke generator, improved heal with faster cooldown. I'm excited for the ship, I'm not going to lie. Again, just because it's, a legendary tier ship. I don't know what the hell we're doing with Kremlin, Hindenburg, Howard Gumo, but anyway, they will come eventually, I guess, when I have finally retired. 60-second fire duration, high smoke fire penalty, poor AA defenses. I wonder why they spell it this way, huh? Because that's the right way to spell it. High air concealment, 25mm nose and 30mm sides are easily overmatched. And I said this in my first take. 30 is easily overmatched by ships that can overmatch it, which is like 4 or 5 at the tier, and of course counting Musashi, Georgia, Republique, Vermont, Lauria now, and of course Yamato, but there's not that many, so yeah, that's not necessarily a con. But anyway, large citadel. So yeah, that's the ship. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to have a unique playstyle, and you're going to see a lot of potatoes who whale this thing. And again, I don't really have a problem with that. I said this in my first iteration. Wargaming is a company; they're a business, right? They don't do this stuff for free. It irks me when players are like, "Well, this, they're greedy and this," and they are. But as soon as you realize that, you can kind of get past the sales tactics and the, what they do with a lot of these ships, right? The Ohio last year, the Yoshino, the Lenin, they create FOMO, fear of missing out, and it gives you that itch, right, to get the ship. So, like I said, I will do my review of the Delaria there. If I think it's worth it and you have the funds and the means, go out and get it. If you don't, just let it go by, right? It'll be back at one point or another. And again, don't fall into the trap, right? I was watching a video about these scammers in Paris, like playing the ball game, and it's like, where's the ball under the cup, and they have someone there like baiting, like, oh, let me play, and it's a fake person, so they let them win, right? And you see, and there's just different tactics like that in this game. It's like one of them is in the store, right? You go to the store, you get your free crate, you're already in the store, you could get something else. Anyway, as long as you understand those things, you can make an informed decision as an adult, perceivably. Like this kid, kids really shouldn't have access to this stuff. The gambling part of the game, really. But once you can make that informed decision, I don't think people should be complaining as much as they do. But anyway, holiday season. So yeah, that is the campaign there. And as we mentioned in my first take here, someone kind of had a weird comment about the campaigns. The campaigns are always going to be the speaking of bang for your buck. The campaign is the best bang for your buck. You always get a lot of these supplies and just different. Sometimes they have crates and different items there. And this one is going to be for $10. I think they said it's 2,500 doubloons for the Admiralty backing for this campaign. Yeah, so $10, a legendary tier ship once you complete the milestones. It is definitely the best bang for your buck. But holiday season is starting, Cyberpunk content, Winter Fleet, and more. Starting December 16th, you'll have access to this port, cool, and 3. Does it say, it says 3, right? Yeah, there's 4 though. As I mentioned, no, but it was 3 winter ships. I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong. Yeah, 3 new ships, including the Italian legendary battleship R. de Lauria, or the Righe de Lauria there, Soviet Tier 7 premium cruiser D. Port Pazharsky, and Cyberpunk. God almighty, man, I'm tired. Cyberpunk style skins, as well as French Tier 5 premium cruiser Dupla, I'm actually excited to try that one. I didn't look that one up, but you can purchase new content for CyberSense, as we mentioned earlier, the event currency. So you're most likely going to have to spend, I don't know the number, we'll figure it out, probably $100 to $200 on crates in order to get the legendary ship. I will try to do a video on the most amount of currency you can grind for free, but just realize it's going to be a grind. It always is. It always has been. Again, as soon as you can accept it, life becomes a lot better there. So if you are really that worked up about it, I will give you some more camo and some face paint and one of the rifles here, and you guys can sit in my bushes and watch for the POS that's taking my mail and putting stuff in my mailbox. So, which is a federal crime, by the way. Anyway, you can tell I'm special vault crates, or spectral, not special. Reading. The spectral vaults are this New Year's special crates inspired by the cyberpunk world. They work just like the ultimate crates and the Santa crates you may remember from our previous events. There are 5 types of spectral vault crates, each offering a chance to unlock a premium ship, another crate, or a higher version. Okay, cool. So here's the calendar event with this, guys. Couldn't give a shit. If you do log in every day and you want it, there you go. More reskins, and as I mentioned in the first video, I'm tired of reskins. I need to do a video on it. I get that it's just a slightly different way to get some other ships into the game, but it's just like Constellation W, USS Black, the Blazing Dread, the pirate ships. It's like we have half of these ships just reskinned and sold in a different package. And anyway, I'm not a huge fan of it. I know if you are, that's fine, and I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I just think it's a cheap gimmick knockoff way to get things into the game. And if that's Wargaming's, if that's how they want to do it, that's fine. I'm not a huge fan of it. Anyway, you get the Oysterjotland, which is how you say that, by the way, New Orleans, and Constellation, all available in the store with one more. Yeah, this is the one where they said 3 and then there's a 4. One more winter ship, the Hermes W. Yay! Tier 3 carrier is available for captains who complete the shipbuilding collection. So, yeah. Also, they talk about different ships of the past available for CyberSense. So, Neon Snowfall and the Snowy Saga bundles. If you want those, read them there. I'm tired. Shipbuilding collection. This doesn't kind of fit my fancy, but this is really cool. I know a lot of us. Some of us who play this game are history dorks and nerds there, so they have a few things. The shipbuilding process with the World War II era large cruiser design, and there's just a bunch of different stuff in that. Anyway, more activities and discounts. There's always things to do here. First win bonus, discount on tech tree ships. We just did the best lines to grind video. I'll try and link that or have it pop up there. If you're looking for a new line to grind, there is a discount on those. Windrose bonuses. Out of everything, the Tier 7 is probably the best. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of... Tier 8 is 3 camos. And unless you really need camos, that's not really compared to promotion orders at Tier 7. Well, besides getting Spectral Vault crates at Legendary Tier. So make sure you do all of those for your... for Legendary Tier. Okay, so can this be done in AI? I'm pretty sure it can be done in AI. I don't know, though. So literally just go to AI and spam all your Legendary Tier. You could potentially get some free ships out of this. So Clash at North Cape mission, Polar Knights at Barents, and additional CyberSense for weekly assignments, discount on converting Elite XP to Global XP. So if you were looking to do that, the most useless currency in the game is Elite XP converted to Global, if you so choose. I don't think that's an absolute best use of your doubloons, but anyway. New ranked and brawl seasons, that's great. Arctic Legends, there's a few different camos. Winter crates, cool. Tirpitz, Duke of York, Scharnhorst, London, and Cossack 38 with the one more historical ship, Garemiyashi. Why don't we just fucking include it in with what like let's say all of this just to say that there's one more. But anyway. This will be available in a bundle with a Russian commander crate and essential resources. Plus, check out the Arctic skins for this. Okay, cool. The skins are kind of cool. Just, yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. So all of these will be available for a discount for steel. Do not spend your steel on camos. Okay, do not. As well as German Battleship Odin and Nordic Camouflage. Okay, so unless you are the biggest of whales, do not spend your steel on camos. But anyway, balancing changes, and for that we are going to head on over to the Ministry of Balance. Welcome to the last Ministry of Balance for 2024. This update, we're making several request improvements to ships like Druid and Byogi. I don't know who's requesting changes to Byogi, but Druid is definitely up there. Plus some additional improvements as New Year's gifts to various ships throughout the game that could use a boost. So I said this in my first take. I think the developers and probably their bosses, because if you think about it, the developers are just like told what to do, right? It's not like, and after kind of playing and, you know, working in corporate America and doing all that stuff, it's like, I don't really work in corporate America anyway, but kind of realizing how that stuff works, you realize the developers are just doing what they're told, essentially. It's like, okay, we got to do this new ship, and you got to make sure it works, blah, blah, blah. And it's like they don't have time to make a lot of these changes to do what they probably think is best as their bosses. But anyway, I think they have done a much better job recently of trying to balance the game in a better fashion. I still think sometimes it takes a little bit too long. Like the Chocolove nerf needs to happen sometime soon. The Carnot could get buffed again. You just look at certain ships and you're just thinking like, this thing is a piece of crap. And of course, ships have their own unique playstyles, and sometimes when you take a ship and you try to force it into a certain playstyle, obviously it's not going to work and you might think it's bad, but there are certain ships that definitely need it, sooner rather than later. But anyway, we've got a few here. The Druid is one of them. It was an absolute hunk of garbage for 25,000 steel. I don't know. It's fun. It's new. It's unique. However, it was compared to like the Lucian or the Z46 or the Smalland. It's like this thing is so weak there. But yeah, and that's why it's getting buffed. Druid can use some improvements, so we've combined the most popular suggestions by reducing her main battery AP shell fuse thresholds and increasing her turret durability by 50%. So that was community feedback. So I know that they don't really listen to a lot, but sometimes they do, and this was one of them. So I'll give them a small golf clap for that, for listening. So we appreciate that. Main battery AP shell fuse threshold decreased from 21 to 12, and her HP increased from 4 to 6. So there you have it. Ibuki and Ibuki B, reload reduced. Awami and Awami B, AP shell maximum damage increased. Torpedo speed increased. Sanghong, super light cruiser, struggle with survivability. As a result, we're improving HP and concealment. So there you go. And I seem uninterested, but this is the second 10 plus minute video I've done. And hopefully, let me just check here. Yeah, this is, yeah, okay, good. It's following what I'm doing on screen. It wasn't following, like it was just a blank screen essentially last time. And I'm sitting here talking like a dumbass. And I get to the end of the video and I just wanted to jump out my third story window, but no, it's not. Anyway, upgraded hull. Yeah, this is just everything that they've increased on the St. John there. So the HP that they've increased on each parts of the ship. So Z44. And I did this same reaction in my first video. The Z44. Why does that ship need a buff? Everyone said it's so fucking good. In my little review, they're like, "Oh, you're playing it wrong." No, I'm just kidding. Those people typically don't know what they're talking about. They never have. They never will. But anyway, I'm being mean now. The Z44 is getting a buff there to her main gun reload, reduced from 4.2 to 4, and the damage on that gun by 50 points. That's just like such a. It's like. Why even buff it if that's what we're doing? But anyway, it's getting a buff there. So Constellation. And will the Constellation... Oh gosh, I'm tired, sorry. Will the Constellation W have these changes? Main battery reload time reduced from 27 to 25. This is one of those where I think a lot of the American whales buy this ship. The typical battleship mains who turn off crossplay. And this is one of those where I think that's the reason this ship got buffed, as opposed to the Constellation really needing it. But alas, the Gascon as well suffers a bit from an identity crisis compared to her cousin Champagne. She gets a main battery shell dispersion improvement by 20%. Whew. Yikes, pal. This thing is going to be shooting freaking laser beams. Sharks with freaking laser beams. Okay, Mogami, reduced reload. Miyogi, main battery reload time reduced from 30 to 22. And I think I did the math briefly. That's like a 28, 30%. And I did this math before. That's 20, 20, no, 28, 25, somewhere in there. Someone's going to do the math and correct me on that. A massive little reload buff there to the undeniable king at tier 4, the Miyogi. So I don't think it's the reload that's really the problem with Miyogi. It's the fact that you can't fucking hit anything. If you aim here and the shells are like in a different zip code. But anyway, I've played that ship, I think, 3 times. The Vibrator Unitas, the Viribus Unitas, struggles in other areas compared to Miyogi, largely due to poor survivability. So we're improving that through Repair Party and a main gun range increase, as well as a main gun reload reduced or improved from 30 to 27. HP restored by that from 0.5 to 0.66. And a few other things there. And this, when I was reading this the first time, I was like, oh, they buffed Hermes. No, they are nerfing Hermes. Apparently, a bunch of Sigma Chads at tier 3 have made the Hermes so strong that they're reducing the torpedo damage by less than 500, right? So 5833 to 5367. Yubari, we're improving Yubari's reload. That's a fun little ship. We might go and play that one. That's a fun little one at tier 3 there. But yeah, this is my second iteration of this video. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you guys like the live react face cam. If you want to see my beautiful face take up 1/10 or so of the screen here. Like I said, I had to do this video twice now after a long, tedious day of going to work, training a few people after work, and then sitting in my bushes. But I don't even know why I did that. I bet it's kids doing this shit. But anyway, you guys get a quick glance into my life for the moment. So I love all you guys. I really appreciate the viewership on the channel. It's going absolutely crazy. This long form, content, me just blabbering in the microphone seat, you guys seem to enjoy. So I hope I wasn't too brief and short on that video. I'm not overly excited for this patch. It's honestly just a bunch of pay to play content. Content is not ships that we need to spend an arm and a leg on. But again, just don't get upset by it. If you don't like it, stop playing. They will figure shit out if you stop buying ships, okay? It is their strategy to draw in new players. You get them to spend a good chunk of money, they leave. Okay, so if you're not happy with the results, don't spend the money. They will learn. That being said, just enjoy yourself, man. It's a video game. Hop in my Discord. There's a lot of like-minded individuals in there. Speaking on that, we actually have a video coming out as Warfare at Sea Atlantic, my fleet, official fleet. We won the Ocean Cup, which is a community-driven competitive tournament. And on that note, there is an Amateur Cup, which is newer people. It's a way for newer players to get into the competitive scene without having to feel like you have to be an Ultramint, Sigma Chad, Super Unicum, whatever, right off the bat. So that is upcoming. I'm going to try and do a few matches covering that. Honestly, out of everything in the last year, the most fun I've had is doing the Ocean Cup there. So a huge shout out to the Fleet Network. I will try to include their Discord as well. They have done a fantastic job organizing these tournaments and setting them up. And of course, we are the champions, your cruiser main. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. And like I said, if you're not enjoying this type of content and this, update, like I said, I'm not overly excited for it. Move on to different stuff, different games, or find a way to have fun in the game without spending an exuberant amount of money. So that's all I got for you guys. Enough of me blabbering. I love you guys. Have a great day, man. Be kind. Don't be a piece of shit human being. Be kind out there. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace.